What is going on? 10-gallon head. Timothy Bradley is mad about everybody being around Turkey Al Sheikh. What is going on? Timothy Bradley obviously has some animosity towards everybody that made it to London this past weekend for the Ring Magazine Awards, and he's obviously pissed off. He was out here chanting Gervonta Tank Davis, this is why I love you. You're a stand-up guy, this and that, this and that. All in this is animosity. Animosity towards guys like Shakur Stevenson, Canelo Alvarez, Teofimo Lopez that was out there receiving awards, doing a thing out there. You know what I'm saying? Doing their thing out there. You know, it was a very crazy event. Turkey Al Sheikh was out there, and he possibly got some things done. You ever seen when the WBA, the WBO, WBC, they have their conference and they telling who they're gonna sanction the fights? Well, that's what Turkey Al Sheikh did. He's gonna bring the fights to the fans. Now, the speculations is saying that Canelo Alvarez is going to be fighting Terrence Bud Crawford, and that's all in good standing. We're good on that. That's going to be a great fight. If September 15th or whenever the Saturday lands around September 15th, around that date in Las Vegas, we're going to see a great fight. But Timothy Bradley wanted to take the spotlight. He was out there walking around getting his steps in. His 10-gallon head ain't understand that, bro, these dudes, he didn't understand that these dudes got invited by Turkey Al Sheikh. These dudes got to make that bag. You know what I'm saying? And for him to say that, oh yeah, I'm Team Gervonta Tank Davis, because he didn't go to Turkey Al Sheikh. But if you go to Turkey Al Sheikh, you lost the fan. You lost the fan again. You know what I'm saying? But why is that? The reason Timothy Bradley is super mad is because he possibly feels like he's left out of the sport. They don't respect the guy, right? His commentary has become bigger than the fighter, and in his commentary, he's not very much loved, you know, and he throws dirt on the young fighters' names, so he's not seen in a good spotlight when he does his commentary. He's not the best analyst. Sometimes he keeps it all right. Sometimes he's on bullshit. Sometimes he's in the middle. You know what I'm saying? But you could tell that there's an obvious biasness with Timothy Bradley's um, commentaries and stuff like that, and it shows, especially when you go on Instagram Live and you start talking about the guys that made it to London, the guys that were out there invited by Turkey Al Sheikh, and then chanting for one of the guys that should have been out there. Being totally honest, should have been out there, but he's already said that he doesn't want nothing to do with no Turkey Al Sheikh, which his decision has to be respected. But he doesn't have to be invited by the Turk or whoever ran that the Ring Awards. So Gervonta Tank Davis obviously missed out because a potential payday could have definitely came for Gervonta Tank Davis. He is loved out there in Europe. Obviously, who doesn't love somebody who can knock somebody out? It's most entertaining type of fights. Those are the type of fights that the fans want to see. But the problem is as well that Gervonta Tank Davis has not stepped up, and he does not want to fight the very top competition at 135 pounds, or even go up to 140 pounds to fight on very good competition that's at 140 pounds, such as a guy like Teofimo Lopez, who's looking for a dancing partner. But the Turkey Al Sheikh might got something in the cards for Teofimo Lopez. I mean, look, man, you get good with the Turk, and you struck gold. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's throwing around money, and a lot of these guys are getting overly paid again, and it's gonna be tough for companies like Top Rank companies like the PBC, companies like companies like that who aren't partnered with the Sheik or have maybe one fight offspring with the Sheik, but don't have multiple fights with him. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be pretty tough for him. You know, to Eddie Hearn, obviously he made a very good business move by getting very close to the Turk. Made a very good business move. That's the business move that Bob Arum, Al Heyman, if he's still alive, man, because I haven't heard of Al Heyman in a very long time. But these are deals that they should have been cutting a long time ago, trying to get on that side. Um, but obviously Eddie Hearn, being the good businessman that he is, landed that deal with the Turk, man. And they running a lot of fights out there. They're running a lot of fights, and there's a lot of the zone. There's a lot of matchroom boxing fighters out there, and they turning up. You know what I'm saying? The companies out here aren't gonna be able to compete with those companies, and it's gonna show in a long. It's gonna start to show. Now these promotional companies, they really don't want to do business outside of their promotional company. They don't want to start set fights outside of their promotional companies. If you do remember, last year was pretty much dead for boxing. It wasn't the greatest year of boxing. 2023, 2022, 2021, we were getting great fights back to back to back to back. Possibly every single weekend we were having crazy, crazy fight cards, crazy boxing, and now boxing has gone back to being not even seen. You got guys like Teofimo Lopez is obviously fighting with a promotional company for more money. Obviously, the promotional company can't keep dumping more money because they don't have more money. You know, because once somebody comes into the market, inflates the market, now you are screwed because now these fighters are thinking that they should be getting 10 million for fight. You know what I'm saying? And then they not even, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm gonna pay you 10 million a month. This dude is obviously a billionaire, bro. And he wants to put on the best fights possible. Very understandable, but he's cutting out a lot of the smaller promotional companies. A lot of those companies aren't gonna be able to compete with this dude. You know what I'm saying? And obviously that dude's not gonna be able to have the biggest stable in the world. But um and that's when those fighters would trickle down to Top Rank and PBC. But at the end of the day, those the biggest fights, the biggest names are gonna be under the Turkey Al Sheiks, especially now that he has Canelo Alvarez on board. I think that he possibly talked to Canelo Alvarez, and Canelo Alvarez probably heard him, and he said, "How much are you gonna give me to fight this dude?" That's a cakewalk. You know what I'm saying? That's a cakewalk. Why not? Why not? Why am I not gonna take that? That's a cakewalk. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you yeah, that ain't even a fight for real. You know what I'm saying? That's unfair. But you asked for it, and now you about to get it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to hear no fans talking about, oh, you was too small, oh, this and that. Nah, 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 nah. You know what I'm saying? And look, possibly, I don't even think Terence Crawford gonna get knocked out. I don't think he's gonna even get dropped. I think he's smarter than that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he will win. You know? And it's two fighters basically out of their prime, if I'm being honest with you, right? This is possibly Terence Crawford's last fight. I mean, Canelo Alvarez, I don't think he really wants to take on any more fights after that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all about to get the biggest payday of your life. You know? But that could be why Timothy Bradley's obviously upset, though. Let's be honest. His promotional company is not in. You know what I'm saying? They not fetch. You know what I mean? They ain't it. They ain't it, dog. And it's showing. You know what I'm saying? And it's showing. And you know, now he's a Gervonta Tank Davis fan. You know, and as soon as Gervonta Tank Davis goes and touch some paper, he's no longer a Gervonta Tank Davis fan. But why is he so mad though? Let the young guys eat, man. Let them eat. You know what I'm saying? If you don't eat, You gonna die in these streets, man. Let the Teofimo Lopez, guess what? He gonna show his ass off to them. You know what I mean? Bob Arum said that he come out and said that they've given him the biggest offer that he's gonna get more than he's ever been made. You know, but the problem is that the contract says if I fight a champion or a championship fight, then guess what? I gotta get five more fights inside of my contract. Where you're not gonna want to come up out of pocket. I'm losing a lot of money being with y'all. You know what I'm saying? It was all fun and games, but I'm losing too much money. The only issue here is that I see that Teofimo Lopez will possibly be shelved, and we won't see him for a possible 2 years after they milk him dry in the court systems for failing to uphold his contract. But who am I to say? Timothy Bradley, stop being mad. You always mad as hell. You don't like the progression of these fighters, and obviously I understand what you're trying to say. You want them legacy type of fights, but being a fan of Gervonta Davis does not mean that you in it for legacy. You are not in it for legacy if you are a Gervonta Davis fan. Let me tell you again, Gervonta Davis is getting paid a very hefty amount fighting in the United States. Does he need the Turkey Al Sheikh? Definitely not. But could he make a lot more money than what he's making already? Yes, he can. You know what I'm saying? Because the Turkey Al Sheikh literally doesn't know what to do with his money. That he has a house with a chimney, and they're just tossing money inside of that pit just to keep that house warm. You know what I'm saying? That's that's how crazy this dude's money goes. He's got a house in Antarctica and with one chimney. You know what I'm saying? And the house is just filled with money, and they just throwing money inside of the chimney because this dude is that rich. They don't know what to do with the money that they get. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, share, subscribe, and we out. Peace.